Right, so this is lower body for the month of March, day 2. We are going to start with our activation. We have 4 exercises. We're going to do only one leg at a time. Exercise 1 is for 45 seconds. Straight leg kickback. Point your toe to the floor. They can put it at the arch of their foot or around their ankle. Then you're switching. Exercise 2, hip flexion, same leg. Then you're switching. Exercise 3, lateral step to squat, 45. And then your last one, drop down, feet hip width, hold your knees apart. You don't have to press them out, just use your glutes to press them apart and do your glute bridge. Then you're gonna stand up, straight leg kick back on the other leg, hip flexion on the other leg, step to squat, and glute bridges. So the only exercise that's 30 seconds is the hip flexion. That's plenty. We don't need to do 45 seconds for that. But the kickback is 45, hip flexion is 30, alternating step to drop squat is 45, and the glute bridges are 45. So you have 2 rounds of that. Then we're gonna get into our first big circuit. This month I did a lot of posterior for circuit 1 and then anterior for circuit number 2. If you need to shorten the workout, this one is a little bit longer. I would highly suggest doing 2 rounds of circuit 1 for the first week or 2. Make sure that they're really engaging their core, make sure that they have their weight set up properly so that we don't end up with any lower back pain in our clients. So we have 4 exercises, 2 rounds, and eventually maybe 3 as a circuit. So we're gonna start bilateral. Pull through, engage your core, shoulder blades back. Encourage them to take that rope under their hips. Arms completely straight the whole time and press their elbows to the front of their hips, rib cage. Number 2 is 1 cable SLDL. The arm that goes back, or the leg that goes back is the moving arm. So sometimes if you take your arm and reach, it messes with your form a little bit. So if they prefer to keep that elbow bent, just hinge and snap, that's okay as well. 30 seconds each arm, each leg. Then we have our deadlift. We know all about that. And then the last one is your walkout on the S drive. Lift into a glute bridge and walk away. Those 4 exercises as a circuit 2 times, and then eventually 3, 30 seconds. Then we are going to move to upper body. Take the rope off. Nope, keep the rope on. 4 moves, 2 times each move before you move on, 30 on, 10 off. The first one is a seated supinated row. Grab those red handles, palms up, no hand rotation, and row. Twice. Exercise number 2 is that tall kneeling, overhead rope press, elbows to the front. I've encouraged my clients to touch their knuckles together, that they're more apt to keep their elbows to the front if they do that. Exercise number 3 is a standing low to high rope pull. So they can go overhand, hit some back muscles. They can go underhand and hit a little more trap, whichever way they prefer. Number 3 was that. And number 4 is new. It's a little TRX circuit. So they're going to do a chest press into a fly, into a tricep extension. Press, fly, tricep extension. And those are our 4 moves for upper body. Back to lower body. We are going to put the other black handle on. 4 moves. First week you can start with 2 rounds. A couple weeks later you can up it to 3. Move number 1 is the TRX 1 leg squat. So hold on to the TRX straps. It's really non-negotiable. They don't have a bench for a target, so we want them to use the straps. Drop down and stand, or they can do a pistol squat, whichever feels best for them, whichever is the most challenging. 30 seconds each leg. Then they are going to go into lateral lunge, 30 seconds one leg, rest 30 seconds on the other leg. If that doesn't work for people, they can do the lateral squat, 30 and 30. Number 3, 2 cable racked sumo. Just like that. And number 4 is our reverse walk. Lean into the strap and walk away. 2 or 3 rounds. Challenge. Love this. We are going to do 45 seconds each leg, 1 round. By the end of the month, if you're up to 2 rounds, that's cool. Pistol squat, curtsy lunge, SLDL. Your standing leg is the same for the entire 45 seconds, and then you'll switch. Make sure they complete each movement pattern. Stand all the way up, squeeze your glutes, and reset from a bilateral stance. AMRAP circuit. 20 total high knees, 20 total soccer taps, and then 20 total bicycles on the floor. Not as slow as they went for day 1 core. They can go a little bit faster. 20 of those. And then core, 3 moves, 2 rounds. Take it back, oldie with goodie, I'll never stop. Leg lower, hip lift, they can scoop and lift as long as that lower back is pressed down. That's so important. If they haven't nailed keeping that back pressed and keeping their legs straight, they should not be scooping. If they need to, obviously they can tap and lift if that helps their lower back. Exercise number 2, rotating plank circuit. Elbows parallel, around, center, around, and center. Last one, alternating Spider-Man. Elbows, knees go wide, out to the outside of their elbows. If they're not in for the sliders, they can get rid of the sliders. And that's that.